Good evening and welcome to Look North. Our top story tonight. A devastated family speak of their pain at the inquest into their daughter's death. She was hit by a car waiting for the school bus. The York woman calling for a public inquiry after a ruptured breast implant left her in constant pain.
It's been debilitating, it really has. And it's stressful, emotional. It's just been a really stressful period.
Tigers to Twickenham, the newly formed rugby team heading to their first cup final at the home of Rugby.
And I'll be here in Harrogate helping Horticap celebrate 40 glorious years of growth.
Well, this picture just about sums it up. After rain last night, some heavy showers today, but a glimmer of warmth perhaps at the weekend. A mixed forecast. Join me for the very latest.
Good evening, thanks for your company. We will never get over her death. These were the words of Caitlin Dawson's father at her inquest today. Caitlin was killed on her way to school when the bus stop she was waiting at was hit by a car. She was just 15 years old. Today, Colin Dawson told the coroner of his family's devastation, saying, "You can never try to put into words what it has done mentally and physically." Tom Ingle was in court for us.
It's more than 6 years since Caitlin Dawson was standing at a bus stop when a car ran into it. It happened on Wakefield Road in January in 2018. Today in Bradford, as the inquest resumed into her death, her father took the witness stand and described her as a typical teenager. At the age of 15, she was just 6 months away from her GCSE exams. Describing the effect her death has had on the family, he said, "You can't even try to put it into words, the mental and physical effect," adding, "The family will never get over it." Indeed, they chose to temporarily leave the courtroom when dramatic pictures recorded by the camera on a wall of a nearby pub were played to the coroner. They show a black car entering the frame from the right and then, instead of following the curve of Wakefield Road, shooting straight ahead and hitting the bus stop with such force its canopy topples over. Caitlin was waiting for the school bus just before 8:30 in the morning. She was taken to Leeds General Infirmary but died from her injuries later that day. A vigil was held with friends and family at the time. Two fellow motorists have given evidence today. One describes the black car moving between the left and right lane of the dual carriageway before, in her words, it shot through some lights like a rocket. Another describes the aftermath of the crash, saying, "It's a sight I never want to see again." She was fighting back tears. The man driving the car is expected to give evidence by video link later during this inquest. The inquest here in Bradford continues. Tom Ingle, BBC Look North, Bradford.
Next tonight, a woman from York who has been left in constant pain because of a ruptured PIP breast implant is backing calls for a public inquiry. Beth Hewson is one of nearly 50,000 women who had the French-made poly implant Pro-These implant before they were banned in 2010. She says she's had to pay £11,000 for private surgery because of the lengthy NHS waiting list. Louise Fuster reports.
For the last 6 months, Beth Hewson has been in constant pain after one of her breast implants she had fitted in her 20s ruptured.
I know it's ruptured, but I don't know where it is. I can feel it inside. I can feel it moving around inside. I'm stressed and it's so much worry.
After the GP confirmed that one implant had ruptured and leaked into her body, she was put on an NHS waiting list. But because of the constant pain, she decided to go private.
It's costing £11,000, just over £11,000, to get the PIP implants removed because the NHS said I had to wait 12 months and I can't wait 12 months.
So it's Friday night. My operation is tomorrow. Feeling extremely nervous about it. Hopefully things will start to get better. So I'm back from surgery. It's 7 o'clock at night. So relieved. so relieved that it's over.
This is an image of the ruptured implant which the surgeon removed last month, relieving Beth of the pain she's been suffering with over the last year. The implants she received 14 years ago were banned in 2010 because they were made from cheap industrial silicone, made from mattresses, not cosmetic surgery, and were prone to splitting. Since she found out how unsafe they were, Beth has been trying to find a way to get them replaced.
I didn't have the funds at the time to be able to do anything about it, so I went back to where I had them done initially, went back to Transform and asked them if they could remove them free of charge, not necessarily replacing them, but just taking them out, so at least you felt safe. And they refused to do that.
In a statement, Transform Healthcare told the BBC, "We followed the independent expert advice to the industry format at the time, which did not recommend the routine removal of PIP breast implants." Following on from her surgery, Beth is hoping to put her painful past behind her and move on.
It's been debilitating. It really has. It's stressful, emotional for everybody, not just myself, for my husband, my family. It's just been a really stressful period, and I'm just glad that I'm coming to the end of it.
Louise Fewster, BBC Look North, York.
Well, the Department of Health says there is no evidence to suggest ruptured PIP implants are toxic, and they do not believe they are a threat to the long-term health of women. Earlier, I spoke to Jan Spivey from PIP Action campaign group and began by asking her how many women are affected by this.
Well, we're not entirely sure of the figures, but with regards to the UK, we think there are about 50,000 UK women and their families involved. 100,000 throughout Europe and maybe 500,000 around the world.
There will be women out there, of course, who are worried about the implants that they've got. What warning signs should they look out for, and how should they seek help?
Well, what we are desperately in need of is an update in patient information and in information to the health professionals treating women. For example, we need doctors and health professionals to understand that a mammogram is not an appropriate way to verify the integrity of an implant. And we also need women to be taken seriously when they appear in either accident and emergency departments or at their general practitioners, reporting pain, swelling, rashes, any unusual symptoms, or any kind of pain in the neck, underarm, in the breast, in the chest area.
So what needs to happen now then?
We absolutely need a public inquiry, an investigation to find out what evidence is available, and updates on information and health information both to patients and health professionals to make sure that women who are in distress get and have access to the medical treatment that they need.
We're going to leave it there. Thank you, Jan. You're watching Wednesday's Look North. Still to come on tonight's programme. As strong as steel, the Sheffield firefighter who took on the Gladiators and made it to the series final. Police have identified a woman who was found dead at a house in Leeds. 48-year-old Ruth Baker from Carlisle was found on Saturday at a property in Beeston. 53-year-old George Chalmers of Tempest Road appeared at Leeds Crown Court and has been charged with her murder. In a statement, Ruth's family say they are saddened by her loss and want to remember her in a positive light. A fire at a former school in Dewsbury is being treated as arson. Firefighters from across West Yorkshire were called to the incident at the derelict building just before 11 o'clock on Monday night. The fire service said no one was inside the building at the time and no one was injured. Investigations are ongoing. A controversial plan to transform a games park in Sheffield has been approved by the council. Hillsbor Park, which hosts the music festival Tramlines, will see part of its green parkland replaced with football and tennis courts. A petition opposing the plans received thousands of signatures from locals last year. Sheffield Council say the development was in the park's best interests. Right, that's the news, or at least for now. Sal is here with a look at the sport.
Yeah, thank you, Keely. Yes, now the covers are off because county cricket starts again this week, and Yorkshire has one major aim: to get back into Division 1 after a tumultuous couple of years that saw relegation to Division 2 and a punitive points deduction due to the club's poor handling of the racism scandal. But this season, with the return of England stars like Harry Brook and Joe Root, a promotion could be on the horizon.
New season, new photos and a fresh start for Yorkshire. And when it comes to targets, they're all on the same page.
We've been talking about it as a group for all winter. Get ourselves out of the second division and into the first division.
We've already sat down and set some targets, and I think moving forward, Division 1 is the ultimate target.
One primary aim, obviously, which is obviously for Yorkshire to get back into Division 1.
Last season was a damp squib for Yorkshire. They were docked 48 points for their poor handling of the Azim Rafiq racism scandal, finishing 7th out of 8 teams. So there's relief to be starting this season with a clean sheet.
It does feel like a fresh start. We've had a fantastic winter, produced some good cricket and proved that we can do it without anything hanging over us. And all we need now is for the weather to clear up, hopefully, and we can get out on Friday and start the season.
The team is bolstered by increased availability of its key players, including captain Shan Masood.
I feel settled in the city, my family feels settled in the city, we all love this place, and we wanted to do well, like as genuine, not just a player, but a genuine supporter of the club. I want this club to do well and I want this club to thrive.
How do you feel now about the position the club's in after all the well-publicised problems? Do you feel there is change here?
Yeah, I think the club has gone through a lot. You've seen what the players have gone through, you've seen what the club has gone through, and the club's made significant efforts, a lot of efforts, and now's the time where we've got a fresh start. Cricket, it is a cricket club at the end of the day. Cricket has to take the spotlight, it has to take the centre stage.
And also taking centre stage in the first few games of the season are England stars Harry Brook and Joe Root, providing a boost to younger players.
Having Brookie and Root is obviously massive, just as people as well around the dressing room, not just out on the pitch. It's obviously massive to have their impact as batsmen, but just for young lads to learn as well. I think young lads to speak to them around the changing room is massive and learn about their game moving forward.
This is a big moment for the women's team, the Northern Diamonds, too. Their last season before a new women's competition is launched. Yorkshire wants to keep the new team at Headingley, but faces competition from Durham.
I'm like a homing pigeon for Yorkshire, so nobody would be surprised to hear that. Obviously, I would love for it to stay at Yorkshire. The thought of playing cricket anywhere else, honestly, is a bit unnerving for me, to be honest. Well, it'd be really nice to top off the last sort of season under the Northern Diamonds banner, I guess, with another trophy.
The Diamonds' first game is on the 20th of April, whilst Yorkshire face Leicestershire this Friday, if the weather plays ball.
And it was very soggy this morning, so fingers crossed for Friday. Football now, and Doncaster Ravers continued their fine form in League 2 with a 1-0 win over Wrexham last night. Owen Bailey scored the winning goal to earn the Rovers their 5th consecutive league win and depriving Wrexham of their chance to go second in the league. A women's rugby team from Sheffield is playing in a National Cup final at the Sports Spiritual Home. The Sheffield Tigers team was set up just 3 years ago, and some of them only took up the game in September. Next month, they'll play at Twickenham. A rapid rise. Abby Jayola has been to meet them.
Up in the hills, on the edge of Sheffield, is a pack of tigers ready to pounce.
Let's go, guys, let's go. Next one.
This women's rugby team was created 3 years ago, but they've only been in a league for 2 seasons. But they're about to head to Twickenham for the biggest game of their lives, the Women's Junior Cup final.
We set out some targets for our season, and that was to do as well as we could in the league, finish top 3, but also to win our games at home and to have a good cup run. Now, we had no idea what a good cup run would look like. And yet here we are going to a final at Twickenham.
Sheffield Tigers women pride themselves on being open to anyone who wants to play. Some of the team have only been playing since September. Everyone is welcome.
That family feeling is just, I've never experienced it before in any other rugby club, and I think that commitment and effort for each other, you know, we're here on the rainy days, we're here when it's blowing a gale, and that commitment and effort really puts us above the rest. I think that's what's driven the success that we've had so far.
The big game is on the 12th of May, so training is well underway and the final squad is yet to be decided.
Trying to keep feet on the ground a little bit at the minute. Humble, we've still got 3 league games to go, but obviously that target is in everyone's mind and wanting to really attack it. Everyone wants the starting shirt, don't they? Even a sub shirt. There'll be some people that'll be disappointed on the day, but yeah, I've no doubt that they'll work hard for each other.
Taking the 30-strong squad to Twickenham is expensive. So far they've raised £5,000 and the girls are getting giddy.
So excited. I haven't stopped smiling. I'm at work, I'm at home, I'm everywhere calling my dad, just saying, you know, we're going to Twickenham. Yeah, all the time.
It's difficult to put into words, the excitement and the feeling for it. It's a dream come true. To play at Twickenham, to play in front of our supporters, my family, everything like that. I'm from such a rugby family and everyone is just so excited.
Tigers in the yes! Tigers in the yes!
Everyone's hoping that these Tigers will be a roaring success. Abby Jaola, BBC Look North, Sheffield.
And from one set of strong women to another one with you, Keely.
Thank you very much, so. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now, did you tune in to watch the final of the Gladiators on BBC One on Saturday? Well, we certainly did, to see how our Yorkshire finalists got on. I'm here with firefighter Bronte Jones from South Yorkshire. She took on the might of the Gladiators, but just lost out to claiming victory in the eliminator. Let's see her in action.
She proved her bravery time and time again. She started the eliminator 2.5 seconds adrift of Tasha, but with true Yorkshire grit, turned it around to claim her place in the last 4. Bronte bossing it from the start.
Into the final!
As Sheffield stood to salute their Gladiators finalists. 3, 2, 1! 2 massive swings from contender and gladiator alike to get things going. And Bronte's on top here. Zones 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the final. This means more. And there she goes. And Bronte is closing the gap once again. But Marie-Louise has done it. Gladiators champion 2024.
Oh, Bronte, that was so close. I can barely watch it. How did it feel doing that final eliminator?
Honestly, it was... If someone asked me before the heats how I'd be in the final, I just don't even think I'd have believed them, to be honest. I kind of just thought from the start, just enjoy the whole experience, and the fact that I got that far, I was just so proud of myself.
You should have won. We were all cheering you on. I mean, you were quicker. You were quicker than her, weren't you?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I remember being on the start line and I'd actually, I tore a ligament in my ankle earlier on. I didn't know that at the time. So I just remember being there thinking, right, I cannot give up. I cannot, not do this. But I just kept thinking, how am I going to get up that travel at the end? So the fact that I actually got up it, I was just buzzing about that, to be fair, more than anything else.
You did brilliantly. We were all rooting for you. Let's talk about the experience as a whole. How was it?
I cannot put into words how good it was. It was probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life, to be honest. It was just everyone was so nice, so supportive, just being around such inspiring, amazing people the whole time. It was just inspired me, and it was just brilliant.
Because some of them do play villains, don't they? They have a bit of attitude. Is that an act? What's it like behind the scenes? Are they nice to you? I'm talking about the Gladiators, of course, not the presenters.
Yeah, I mean, we kept in different locker rooms behind the scenes, so we got to see each other, but they kind of tried to keep us separate in ways, and it was more sort of the contenders team and the Gladiators team as different teams. But when I did get to speak to them, they was all so lovely and just really supportive and nice.
Now, your day job is a firefighter.
Yeah.
How did that prepare you for this, or did it prepare you for this?
I think definitely, because we work in high pressure situations a lot of the time, being under the same amount of pressure when you've got like thousands of people watching you in the audience and things. I think it prepared me for that.
There you are, you can see you here at work.
Yeah. But obviously for my job I had to keep physically fit as well, so that definitely helped in keeping strong. Obviously my weightlifting as well helped.
Yeah, tell me about your fitness.
Yeah, so I compete in weightlifting, so I spend a lot of time training in the gym, keeping strong and powerful. That's kind of my sort of sport. So
loads of people now will be queuing up to take part in this, won't they? What tips have you got for them?
Honestly, just go for it. Like a few people have been asking me about applying and things, and I just think you've got nothing to lose by applying. I think it's just been such an amazing experience. And tips-wise, I mean, nothing can really prepare you for getting bashed on the head by a jewel, like by a bugle stick. But I think just give it your all. You've got to have that like aggression, you know, when you're against like the Gladiators.
Just got to go for it, haven't you?
Yeah, just got to go for it.
What's next for you then?
I mean, I'm going to take any opportunity that comes my way, to be honest. I'm running a half marathon this weekend, so that's probably.
Well, you're not having any rest, are you?
No, I don't know. What's next?
I mean, the response has been brilliant. Everybody here's been queuing up for pictures with you, so I'm sure you've got lots of success. I know you're going to want to mention your family because they were there for the whole time, weren't they? The South Yorkshire contingent.
Yeah, my family's just so amazing, so supportive. Even my nan's getting to go and watch me do it back in the arena in June and things. Yeah, my family's been brilliant.
Brilliant. Well, it's been excellent having you on, and you should have won. Well done.
Thank you.
Right, where are you? There you go. From fitness to flowers and a flourishing business celebrating 40 years of success. The garden nursery Horticap opened in Harrogate in 1984. It supports students with learning disabilities and gain work experience and learn valuable life skills. And today, a very special green-fingered guest made a special appearance, as Amanda Harper reports.
Beautiful things, aren't they? Put them in your hanging basket.
Yeah, hanging baskets this time of year.
Yeah, they're looking fabulous.
Everyone is passionate about their plants here at Horticap.
How many do we need?
The garden nursery in Harrogate supports students with additional needs, teaching them new skills and providing valuable work experience.
It's just nice to be with everyone, and most days when I go home and tell everybody what I've been doing on the day, which is nice.
Just makes me very happy, and every morning I come here on a Monday and a Thursday. I look forward to coming here.
It all started with a muddy field, an old van and just a handful of students. But over the decades it's grown and flourished. Some of the original students are still here today, and there's plenty to smile about, as this year Horticap celebrates its 40th anniversary. Of course the students had to throw a party, and who better to help them celebrate than their patron and star gardener, Alan Titchmarsh.
40 years is a long time. I've been patron for, I think, round about 20, and to watch them literally grow at this nursery has been a delight, and it's such valuable work they do. Every time I come up, and I come up quite a lot, there's a new building gone up, large, small, whatever. It's so well supported, but it needs to be supported. It's one of those organisations that really does repay all of our efforts to show what a valuable thing gardening and horticulture is in enriching our lives and those, particularly those people here.
Yes, the nursery has been a real labour of love, with the students at the heart of everything.
It's super exciting that we've got to 40 years old. We're just super proud of what our students have achieved and what they then take back home, back into the community, and that's what's special about Horticap.
And the nursery will continue to grow from strength to strength. Everyone's welcome.
It's good fun.
A real haven for horticulture. Amanda Harper, BBC Look North, Harrogate.
It looks lovely, doesn't it? Now, we've had celeb, we've had glitz and glamour on this programme, and we've also got Paul.
Thank you very much. I wish somebody would ask Alan Titchmarsh what we've got to do with these our gardens, because it's so wet, isn't it?
I know, mine is soggy.
And there's loads of rain to come, but I'll start with a bit of brightness. That must be the flattest rainbow I think I've ever seen. That was taken by Ruth in Aberford. That's quite a picture. And there was a bit of brightness in Filey. It brightened up a little bit this afternoon before the heavens opened. and we saw some pretty heavy showers. So if you've got any pictures, the usual address is on your screen very shortly on X, Instagram and the Weather Watcher website. So it remains very changeable. Unfortunately, we have got more rain in the forecast, but a glimmer of warmth on Saturday could see temperatures as high as 18 degrees. Tomorrow, rather cloudy, a few showers, then another weather system bringing rain Thursday night, and then wait for it, another one on Saturday night, and then we drag up really warm air from France and Spain, so temperatures really quite high despite the wind on Saturday afternoon, but there's absolutely no sign of any prolonged settled weather at all as we head through the first half of April. Now there's the line of heavy showers that came in across West and North Yorkshire this afternoon. They're just about clearing, then overnight it looks set to be rather cloudy. There'll be a little patchy rain in places, not a great deal, and we'll see lowest overnight temperatures around 6 or 7 degrees. So tomorrow's high water times in Scarborough at 12:58, Bridlington at 12 minutes past 1 in the early hours of the morning. So I think a pretty slow start in the morning, rather cloudy, perhaps a little drizzle in places, but there will be a few breaks coming through, especially during the course of the afternoon. A risk of 1 or 2 showers, but we can look forward to quite a bit of dry weather, I suspect, developing during the course of tomorrow. We'll see temperatures around 11 or 12 degrees, and then through Thursday evening, there's that next weather system I talked about, bringing more heavy rain, especially into western and northern parts of our region. So wet Thursday night, it leaves Friday a blustery day with sunshine and showers. Risk of 1 or 2 showers on Saturday, but look at these temperatures, 18 or 19 degrees. Dust that barbecue down for about 4 hours before the showers return Sunday and into next week. That's the forecast.
Thank you very much. I'm joking, of course. You are my biggest claim to fame. What a creep. Me, not him. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bless.